Welcome back to the Xavier Builds podcast. We're here, episode 21, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I've got Luke from Hardwood Projects. He's a guy who's built some of the most beautiful timber work in the country. He's got an award-winning pivot door, if you haven't seen that. But his biggest project has been rebuilding himself. This is a story about addiction, sobriety, and the strength it takes to change your life. Raw, honest, and hopefully helpful for anyone listening who's in that fight themselves. Really, really excited to have Luke in today. It's been a podcast that's been on the radar ever since I started this, and I purposely have put this to the back end because I know how special it's going to be. So let's jump straight into it. Luke, great to have you here, mate.
Awesome to be here, bro.
Excited. Yeah. We were just talking before we jumped on here about, we're both a bit nervous about today, and I was saying to Luke that I get nervous before every podcast. We've got new chairs today, so that's exciting.
Loud and proud.
That's it. Now, Luke, I want to know who were you before Hardwood Projects?
Where do I start? So before Hardwood Projects, before entering the trades and stuff, I actually started off as a semi-pro BMX rider. So when I was 17, got picked up by an American company, did the whole BMX thing for a while, traveled. I guess that's where I got introduced to a lot of like full rock and roll. Like it was, don't get me wrong, it was fun and stuff, but I guess where we'll get into this a bit later with addiction and stuff, I was thrown right in the deep end. Straight off the bat.
Yeah. That alternate scene straight from the start.
Man, I went straight from being a naive school kid to Motley Crue, which we'll touch on a bit more. But
I've seen a bit of your content and you're at the skate park a fair bit, cutting about.
Yeah.
Still got that love for it, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially now with my little fella.
He's getting into it.
Yeah, he's starting to do it. So I'm making a slow comeback.
Yeah.
But I did that for a while. Then that was a bit of an escape from school too. Like I hated school. School sucked. So yeah, as soon as I got on the school bus, it was straight home, straight to the skate park. That's what kept me going.
Was school just not a good fit?
Nah, just was not for me. Like I hated it. It was mucking up so much. I lost my dad pretty early, so when I was in year 5. That's when I started writing. I just needed an outlet straight away, which was great, but I think I used that as an escape from day one. And yeah, I was just running from
having to deal with it.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah, that's what it was. Just running, and then ended up being really good at BMX, obviously.
Getting picked up. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome. I was sponsored by an American company and a few Australian companies from when I was 17 to about 23.
And that was in Canberra?
Yeah.
There's always been a big skate. And
that was huge back then. That was the real sweet spot for not just because I was in it, but yeah, the Canberra BMX scene and even Australian BMX scene was
big,
fucking popping off then. That was the glory era. Yeah, that was my main focus. And then when end of year 10, I just couldn't be in school anymore. I could not, and basically dropped out of school just to work. Like I didn't know really what I wanted to do. I was like, I just want to build shit.
Be active with your hands.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Yeah. Cause I wanted to use my mind, but school wasn't the place to be doing it for me. No way. And yeah, basically just went job hunting. I wanted to drop out of year 10 and mum's like, no way. Like unless you find a job, like find an apprenticeship or do something sort of meaningful. So yeah, I did. I was like, fuck, watch this. I'll find a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then went to a cabinet maker first, thinking in my head, like just naive. I thought cabinet making was building nice, fancy cabinets and intricate stuff. And then found out the hard way that's cabinet making is not that. So
a lot of building boxes.
Just building boxes.
Yeah.
Hated it. When I first went into it, and then told mum I wanted to quit. I'm like, I hate this. I want to quit. And she's like, if you quit, I'll kick you out. And she's so sweet. She would never have done that, but I took her seriously.
Good play by mum there.
Yeah, good play.
she called you bluff.
And yeah, this is going to sound super unprofessional, but I was like, righto. I was like, next I'll get fired. Watch this. But it was, mate, I got fired pretty quickly. I was still young and whatnot. I don't act like that now, but basically.
What you would have been, 16 then? 15?
Yeah, I was 17 by this stage.
So still very young.
Still so young. But that was the real pivotal point because I got fired. I still wanted to do like cabinet making or something like that. And then I was actually going to CIT still, but like not employed. I was, breaking the rules. I still wanted to do it, just not where I was. And then at the time, Phil Goldacre, who's actually passed away now, but he was the machine shop teacher at CIT and was really good with solid timber and hardwood and stuff like that. So this is the most pivotal point probably ever was I opened up to him and said, look, I actually got fired. I'm not even meant to be here. I still want to do something like this, but more what you do in here. Like, do you know anyone, that's taking on anyone like a furniture maker or something? He goes, I've actually got a mate, Scott Mitchell, who's an incredible maker in Canberra. He's the School of Arts teacher now and incredible furniture maker. And he asked him for me whether he'd take on an apprentice. He goes, I've never taken one on, but tell him to come and have a chat with me. Went in, had a chat. We got along like a house on fire. Then that was where the needle moved.
Yep.
Massively because he was like a master craftsman. Got along like a house on fire. I told him what I did, the BMX and stuff, and he was in my corner from day one. He's like, dude, I'll take on as an apprentice, let it work with your BMX stuff.
The perfect person you needed, right?
Oh, dude, it was awesome. And then, dove into the furniture making for 4 years, which was insane. And that's where for the first time in my life became a full nerd. I was like, oh, this is my calling. This is it.
Yeah. It's a great feeling when you find that, isn't that?
It's crazy. And it's funny. I guess I did feel like that's more looking back now, a bit older, you realize, how important that time was. I probably took the piss a little bit, but you're 17,
you're so young.
So young. But that's, I guess, where I earned my stripes straight away. It's like learning points of mills, accuracy, nothing goes out unless it's perfect. Like that's sort of where it started and built.
You had those standards and
foundation for everything I stand by today. So that was cool.
That's so awesome that you found someone like that.
Yeah. And that worked really well. And then, what happened after that? I finished that and sort of weirdly enough got bored. I felt like I'd mastered it and then actually went back into cabinet making and joinery after that because I just wanted something different. And then did that for 4 years. And then I remember being on a bench. I literally remember it clear as day. I remember being on a bench in the workshop at the time and going, fuck this, I want to be outside. Like just like that instantly. I was literally looking out the roller door going, fuck this, I want to be out there. And then, called around and then one of my good mates was a chippy and I said, do you want to take me on as a mature age? And rest is history. Went into carpentry as a mature age apprentice and then just nerded out. And I was loved carpentry.
You won Apprentice of the Year too?
Yeah, won Apprentice of the Year. Like
just full of accolades.
It was I had eight or so years under my belt. So obviously ahead of the game with in as far as being an apprentice. Like it wasn't green on the tools, but I guess because I was mature, I took it really seriously, full nerd out. Like I said, like school wasn't for me, but this, when you're passionate about something and you know where you're meant to be, you know, I just put so much time and effort into the theory, all like every part of it, which I guess that's why I got Apprentice of the Year was, you know, sort of having both sides.
Well, look at where you came from, cabinet making and furniture making.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about how precise they are.
Yeah.
And then you're coming into carpentry. Look, there are aspects of carpentry that are pretty precise, but
freaked the fuck out in carpentry when I first I was measuring noggins like to points and mils and stuff, and my boss is like, dude, it's fucking in the wall, get over it. I'm like, I can't. I'm built like that. It took a long time to.
You got to be selective in carpentry.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm good at it now. Like you know when to, move on, but I actually struggled with that when I first started. But I guess that's a good thing to struggle with.
Absolutely,
being too accurate.
Your detail.
Yeah. But I guess that's where sort of Hardwood Projects was born as well, because I was looking to do the next thing. Like I only found out I was ADHD like a year ago, and when I look back at all that stuff, and it's like, no shit, right? I just get something bored. Do something bored.
Yeah. Master it. Next thing.
Master it. And I just got bored. It felt like the day I felt like I mastered, I'm like, I'm done. I need something else. And I was going to do a building course. When I first started carpentry, I always knew I'd do this and go into building. But then, you know, getting to the end of the carpentry, sort of saw what a builder did, and that wasn't for me. I was like, no, I don't want to be a builder anymore. And I knew I had to do something else again. But I was just like, I wonder if I brought all this together and just did something with it. And that's sort of, that was literally the train of thought. I was just like,
that's where it started, the genesis of the thought.
Pretty unique what I've got here. Be mad not to try, and then never look back.
And I think as well, perfect timing in that, we're missing that in Canberra.
Yeah.
I think that there wasn't really, I mean, there's maybe a few people I can think of, but wasn't anyone going, I'm doing this stuff in hardwood to this kind of detail, and these are the kind of projects I want to take on.
No, I had no idea if it was going to work or not. I just was like, I've got to try. And I guess as soon as we were on the radar, we just started getting work straight away, which was, I guess, filling a hole in the market. I didn't look at it like that, but now looking back, that's all we did was just popped up, filled a hole, and people were like, oh, finally, like we've got a dude that can touch on all these things, to a pretty high standard.
What do you think those early years, you know, going through those different trades, if you will, what do you think that taught you? You mentioned fundamentals there, but
going through, that's a good question. Teach me. Teach me. It's a hard one to answer.
It is a hard one. My assessment is that you love a challenge.
Yeah.
And that
definitely, I've always loved a challenge. Like I don't take on jobs unless there's some sort of a challenge in it. Like even if it's a pergola, I guess there's got to be some aspect of it that's a challenge. Like whether there's the size, the scale, the weight, the design, whatever. But back to what did it teach me? Going through all those trades, sort of, I guess starting with furniture making, because like the eye for detail and how precise you got to be. Then once I started going through other trades, it actually taught me how many people don't give a fuck. Which I guess, which is the whole, again, we ended up feeling, because.
What do you mean by that? Just don't care about the detail? Don't care about the finished product?
Yeah, just
throw it.
All of it.
Just send it out there.
Yeah, like, and I'm not writing off everyone, like, but you know, in every single trade, there's people that just don't give a fuck, and yeah, it was sort of shocking to see that and consistently throughout. Furniture making was different. I feel like you're not going to last long as a furniture maker, but not giving a fuck. But once I got into the CAD, and actually one thing that shocked me once I got into CAD making and carpentry was definitely the culture. Like I went through some fucking horrendous cultures when I was doing cabinet making and carpentry for that matter. And that shocked me because when I did furniture making with Scott, that was the best culture ever. It was awesome. We were having 3 breaks a day. We were like, it was just like a little tea club. And it was the best. Like it was, that's one massive lesson I learned from starting pretty much where if I pictured myself as a boss, it would have been how I started. Like I was looked after, like everyone was happy. Everyone checked in with each other. Like,
respected.
Like I said, it was like a little tea club. We had 3 breaks a day and we talked and just backed each other. Then going through, like, man, I had some bosses when I was doing carpentry that worked me up so much. I had one boss who was an absolute fucking lunatic. And to the point, he got in my head, like usually don't let people get in my head, like I don't give a fuck. But this dude got in my head so much, I would actually like driving to work. Like that's how nervous I was going to work. And
that's not a nice environment.
So bad. And
about what?
Just nothing right. Like he was just massive fucking cokehead. And would just come in hot all the time. Nothing was ever good enough. Like just like yell at you for, obviously he had a lot of fucking issues that he hadn't dealt with, just projected shit onto everyone. But blessing in disguise, because I know how that felt, like to be like that worried about going to work and stuff. And I'd seen how it can be, like doing the furniture making, having the best boss ever. So coming back to starting Hardwood Projects, I was like, I am never, ever, ever going to be that dude. I want to be, I want to build the best possible culture that they can do. You're there for most of your life. Like I just wanted to build a crew of mates, like genuine mates. And that working for absolute pricks helps that. And blessing in disguise now when you look back, but it's just like, I'm never being that dude. Arsehole.
Yeah, I had a similar experience with some of the people I work for. And partly the reason why I started my business as well, because I didn't feel appreciated. I never got told, hey, you did well there.
Yeah.
I was an apprentice, so I got treated like shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I really try here. Like I put so much time and effort into this and I want to be good. And,
dude, it's bullshit that stuff. Like I remember hearing like toxic things like, don't give them too much, they'll get a big head, and like, or like you don't want to let them know that they're too, like they're good, again, they'll get a big head, or they might go off and do their own thing, which is fucking so stupid, man. Like we back our boys for everything, dude. And like people forget that you're nothing without your crew. Like they leave tomorrow, you're fucked.
They're your biggest asset, yeah.
Dude, 100%. And you got to water those plants. You got to tell them they're good, back them, let them, let them live their life outside of work too, and engage with them. And
you can't expect people to work for you forever.
Yeah.
And my thing that I say is like, look, while you're here, I'll put 110% into you.
Yeah.
And I don't expect to work together forever, but I expect you to give me 110% back when you're here.
100%.
If the day comes and you want to leave, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's no hard feelings. A lot of people that I've worked or that have worked with me, I'm still good friends with. And I think that's the way that should be.
100%, dude. We're all in it together at the end of the day. And yeah, if you cannot burn bridges, not burning bridges for me has been like key. Like, I've worked with people and sometimes there has been, like I've left somewhere and a little bit rough, but you grow up and come back to it and, reconnect and stuff. And I think that's been really crucial for us, especially building what we've done in Canberra is, no burning bridges.
Yeah. I don't want to carry that either. You know, I want it like
a small place.
Exactly. You see someone down the shop, it's like, hey mate, how are you?
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like playing footy. It's like what happens on the field is on the field,
Yeah,
you know?
dude, that's a good way to look.
You know what I mean? Like far out. Like I got other shit I need to worry about before, you know, hey, if you left on bad or you left on bad terms, I might have been upset or something happened, but like I couldn't really care, to be honest. Like, hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Dude.
You know what I mean? Like I don't wish anything negative.
There's enough work for all of us out there, man. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is that little period though that you need to like almost just both get over it, and then you
break the break up.
Yeah, you see someone down the track like, "Hey mate,
yeah, for sure.
You know." But you talked about that negative culture there just before. Like, what do you mean about that?
I think I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like some sort of like old school mentality where, you know, you got to be a hard ass. You can't talk about your feelings, or you know, you got to be the boss is, you know, the big staunch leader and stuff. Couldn't disagree with that anymore. You know, with our culture, he like try to lead from the front with that. Like, you know, be honest with the boys. We have a huddle every morning and check in with each other. And, you know, I say if I'm feeling like shit, like I'm like, dude, I slept last night, I got this going on, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's so important because I feel like a lot of people in the trades can feel like really isolated and alone. And I feel like that's a culture issue. It's not, what is a culture issue? If people are feeling like that at work, which is, you know, suicide rate in the trades is huge and it's so fucked. Like, you know, and I think that speaks to, you know, they're not being able to speak up, or they're not feeling comfortable enough within their work community.
Well, the people around them not saying, you're all right,
exactly. Mate. Like no one's checking in. Like I said, we do a huddle every morning. Like we start at 6:50 and do a 10-minute huddle. And it's like, how are you? You know, just simple shit. Just how you doing? And I think just that alone has built the best culture. Like we're all genuinely like care for each other, just good mates that, you know, you never feel alone. And, you know, if someone's feeling off, you can talk about, like we all know now, like, cause we talk about, we check in with each other and we talk about, and we know when someone's off, just because I guess when we ask people, how you doing? And they say they're off, we can sort of see how they are when they're off. So like, you know, even if they're not on,
they're not themselves. Something's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. Like you learn their little mannerisms and stuff, and you check in again. You're like, dude, let's have a chat, man. Like you good? And then sure enough, it's X, Y, Z. And you know, you need some support from me or whatever. But
just providing that extra bit of support and like, hey, I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I know like work is a good distraction for that shit.
Yeah.
But when your mind's elsewhere, it shows. You're not your bubbly self, or you're not your, you know. I think it's important to let the people around you know what's going on, and they can give you a bit more support, or give you a pat on the back, and you know, you don't have to tell everyone all your fucking problems every fucking morning. But I think
it's good for me too. Like it's so I come in, like, you know, we've all got shit going on, but when I'm off, the boys know now too, and they check in with me, and that's
what you want.
So good, man. Like I'm like, dude, I'm stressed this week. I'm like, yeah, we can tell. Like, what do you need? Like it's roles reversed. So yeah, they've got a crew where everyone's got like no weaklings. Everyone's got each other's back, man. It's so powerful. It's so strong. Yeah, it's what makes going to work that much easier every fucking day.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just grab that mic and put it a bit close to you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the story. Now, you wanted to come in and have a chat. We had a bit of a chat on the phone about what's been going on and what you've had. I think I saw an Instagram story 2 years sober. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just recently. Mate, tell us about that, because jump in and wherever you want to start.
So yeah, I guess going back to, where I first started with the BMX, getting thrown in the furnace with partying and rock and roll and them, which we all do when we're young, right? But yeah, introduced to a fair few things. And then it was actually after BMX where I stopped riding because due to injuries and stuff like that, you can't do that shit forever. It's where it got a bit worse again because just addicted to adrenaline and I wasn't getting it from riding. So I sort of started to substitute it a bit with drugs and alcohol. And then it only got worse and worse. It was actually worse when I started the carpentry, the building industry and the carpentry industry. It's everywhere. It is. And it's, it's like an Olympic sport, that shit. And at the time you think it's the best, but I guess there's a few of us where it does grab a hold of you eventually. And that's sort of where I ended up. So the last couple of years before I went sober, just, really got a hold of me. So yeah, drugs, alcohol, and like I said, I lost my dad when I was young and that's why I started BMX. And I was always running from stuff like that and suppressing a lot of shit. And that helped with that until it didn't basically. But it got pretty bad there. To the point I didn't see my family, even though I just locked myself in the shed and I'd drink and get on the bag every single night. Basically got to a point I had an alarm set for 2 a.m. every single night through the week to remind myself to go to sleep. And then up at 6, I was super high functioning, addict. I'd definitely say that. And yeah, it got pretty dire there at the end. And then I guess the big thing was, and hat off to my wife for even staying around as long as she did, but hat off to her, she just stepped in. It was just tomorrow looks like this, otherwise we're gone. Kids are gone, I'm gone, everything's gone. The business was starting to run like shit. I had good employees that I pushed away. It's just a vortex when you sort of get into that sort of abuse with any substance or alcohol. I was starting to drink a lot by myself. I was when I was doing that 2 a.m. I was just by myself. Not in a good place at all. And then that was my moment though. I'd tried to go on sober a few times. A wife would step in, you need to stop. And I'm I'd do it 2 weeks, but it was always for other people, never myself. So I'd do 2 weeks sober, which was fucking hard. Even then, but I knew the first hour after 2 weeks, I'd go on a 3-day bender and then it was all over. That I noticed a lot of things, a lot of shit was just happening. I was just, once you're in that sort of mindset, it was just a vortex for shit going wrong. I was driving to work one day, flipped my fucking tool trailer, all these things, negative things were just happening. And then happened for a while. And then, my wife stepping in very firmly and just saying, tomorrow looks like this, was the first, that was a big wake-up call. I was you sort of know you're getting bad, but you're just a bit delusional. And
it creeps up on you though.
Yeah.
You don't it's a weekend thing and then it's a this and then it's a this. And then, the next thing you know, you're doing it during the week by yourself.
It was probably about.
Do you think you were self-medicating?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not a psychologist. I'm just going off,
Yeah.
I just want to jump quickly in and say, I think your story, unfortunately, is not unique in the construction industry.
No, it's not. And that's sort of why I'm so keen to be on this and talk about it. it's so common. And
so what talk to me about the first few weeks after that conversation your wife had with you. Was it hard?
Dude, it was just scary. So we were actually in Sydney and we had an argument in Sydney, and that's where it started. She goes, fuck this. Like I'm done. Tomorrow looks like this.
Put a foot down.
Yeah, put a foot down. And, I broke down and was, obviously like, shit, this needs to happen. But for the first time in my life, like I feel like you need that big moment. Whatever it is, if it was a health scare, someone, your family about to leave you or whatever. But I remember that moment very clearly. And like I actually made the decision. I knew that second. I was like, nah, this is it. And that's what it took. Like my wife to be like, we're all gone tomorrow if it doesn't change. And I just told her, I looked her in the eyes, I'm going sober tomorrow. And she's like, I don't fucking believe you. And that's when I knew this was different, because every time someone said that or she said that, I'd get angry because I knew they were right. Like it was me projecting like, fuck you. Like this time I wasn't pissed off at her saying that at all. And she's like, I don't believe. And I was like, good. I was like, just fucking watch me. And yeah, just knew it was different. But was fucking terrifying. Like I was literally going home back to the environment. I'm used to drinking and taking drugs in, all that sort of stuff. It was hard. It's so hard. And I guess it was the first time I'd actually sat with myself since my dad died. It's like in 20 years, like I was like, shit. And I guess I realized sort of why I'd been doing all these things and distracting myself, like using it as escapism, even the BMX, even though it was awesome and stuff, I was always trying to escape stuff. And I think that was the biggest part, learning how to sit in my shit and work through it. And yeah, it was extremely tough, but man, what a pivotal point. And yeah, powerful, man. Like my life has completely transformed in 2 years. Like what I've done in 2 years with my family, the business, everything. It would take me 30 years being a piss wreck like I was. And yeah, not only am I still with my wife and kids and family, like we've never been closer. Like that's the reward there, man. Like it's, other than feeling amazing and, functioning well and stuff, man, the relationship I have with my kids, family, even friends now is just so fucking special, man. So genuine. And it is worth it, man. And if there's someone out there watching this that, thinks they're too far down the rabbit hole and stuff, like you're not, man. And you can do it. Like you need to make that decision though. No one can make it for you. And man, it gets a hell of a lot better, bro.
What are the things that you learn along the way?
Biggest one I reckon is you got to work through your shit. Everyone's got it. You've got to do it. Because yeah, like I said, I realized how much shit I was avoiding and stuff. And that was the root cause of everything. So just, yeah, learning that you just got to do the work. Like we all do. I believe at some point in our lives, we've all got shit going on.
So that looked like for you, were you just, I guess, sitting with yourself? Did you write something down?
I had to get a lot of help. So I was doing the counselling and stuff to get off it. It's like weekly check-ins with my psychologist and stuff and other help to get off the gear and stuff. And sorry, what did you ask me again?
Yeah, just how you got into it and what you did. Like what you changed. Like how would someone else, if someone else is in that situation, right, and they're at that point, like how do they, start to mend some of these things? Like I think going to a psychologist is an important first step. Yeah.
So I booked that in on the Sydney trip home. So I was staring down the highway, all these thoughts going and it was scary. But yeah, I booked in straight away with someone and basically called a lot of people and just said, I'm going off the radar. Like a lot of good friends I drank with. I called a lot of people and just said, don't call me. I'll reach back out.
I need this
when
time.
I'm ready to. Yeah. And it's funny how
you're protecting yourself.
Yeah. It's funny how they were so scary. I was like wondering, I thought I was going to lose everyone. I've lost people for sure. But I was actually so surprised on how people reacted to that. I was like, dude, this is what I'm doing. They're like, man, fuck, good on you. It was like empowering for a lot of people where I thought they were going to be like, oh, loser, pussy, or like all this stuff.
You do get that though.
Yeah.
I've had a few.
I've had a few, and then, you just realize they're not for you, man, anyway. But I cut myself off from everything, like friends, and just had to go deep and dark for a good year and a half before I even started reaching out to people. Like I believe it's the most crucial thing to do. Either change your environment entirely or put all these walls up from any.
The scary part for people that are looking down they need to make a big change is like, what do they do now? And, I've had conversations with friends and I've had to go through similar sort of thing myself. And I'm like, there's a million things.
Yeah.
Like what, like if you're not going to lose friends, you're going to discover new things you like and maybe make new friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I ended up joining K2, which was the late Kerwin Ray's business. I guess.
Geez, that's sad, isn't it?
Yeah. That was heavy. But that group changed my life. I literally pushed all my drinking buddies and stuff to the side for now, and I'd changed my environment entirely and just dumped myself in a group of positive people. At the time, I didn't realize I was doing that. I was just like, I just need change, and ended up going there, and that was crucial, I think, too. Like changing your environment and hanging around people you aspire to be, instead of just being in the vortex of, drugs and alcohol and pubs and all that stuff. And that was crucial too. That just changing, almost buying a new friend group essentially. But that was.
I think you've invested in yourself there though.
Yeah, that's right. It's literally investing in myself for the first time in my life, and then I guess setting myself up to succeed instead of, still. I think a lot of people that I have talked to that go through similar things or are still in similar things, I've noticed that they won't detach themselves from the group they're doing that with. And I'm like, and I watch it and they're just bouncing between, having a big weekend, they go, fuck, I need to change, but they're not change. You have to change everything.
The environment,
yeah, everything. And now, dude, like I'm 2.5 years sober now. I'm starting to be able to hang around those people and stuff. So it's not forever, man. Like you can choose to go back and talk to those people. All those people know now, at least the right ones know that,
it's different
it's totally different now.
Yeah.
And you really do find out who the real ones are pretty quick too. Like there's some people that dropped off straight away and have never reached back out. And I don't want to either.
Just close that chapter.
Yeah. There's literally just full stop.
Yeah.
And
that's okay though.
Yeah, exactly. And Yeah, it's fine.
Can be scary though if you're back then, and that's probably that drive back from Sydney where you were staring down that barrel, just going, "Fuck, what does life look like now?" Like,
dude, that was the scariest thing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's hard. It's fucking really hard. But
everything that's worth
harder,
it is.
Yeah, what's exactly
everything
right.
Everything that's worth it is fucking hard.
Yeah, like what's harder, losing your family and losing your business, like losing everything, losing your health, losing everything. That's fucking harder, man. Like, yeah, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't make that decision. And yeah, I'm not going to say stuff's easy now, but it's easier. It's better. And man, I'm so glad and proud of myself I made that decision, man. Like life's so much better, like night and day better. It's amazing.
There was a point in my life where I had a similar sort of situation, and yeah, I went away and did a bit of self-discovery, and I guess worked out what was important to me, and changed my life and changed some of the people that I was hanging out with a little bit, and I guess focused in on myself. And I think the thing that helped me in there was like I didn't really tell anyone I'm not drinking anymore. It was just like, nah, I'm right. Because I feel like every time I told someone, no, I'm off the piss or I'm not drinking, it was like, oh, why, blah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm just not going to tell people I'm going off the piss for this amount of time, I'm doing this. It's just like, I just made a constant effort just to not do it. And yeah, I mean, Saturday mornings were awesome. Sunday mornings were awesome.
Yeah.
You're just so much more clear in your thoughts.
Yeah.
And
100%. It took me a while, man, because like I said, like I was fucking going hard every night and every day. It probably took me 9 months to
clear that out.
Really start getting my brain function back. But every month, even still, man, every month gets better and better and better. You just can't believe how much better you feel. And also just the stuff that happens. Like, so I was sober only for a couple of months, and once you decide to show up, I swear the universe is just like, here you go. Here's like little rewards the whole time, which before that I was just getting pumped, like flipping my trailer. All these things would happen everywhere. I'm like, well, what this week? This is fucked. But yeah, going sober, like went sober, and then we won that award, the Door Award, and then, you know, we ended up going on TV. Like all these things would have never ever happened if I was still, you know, carrying on. Not a chance. Like we're about to go on TV again, and it's just been 2 years, and it's like, far out, man. Like what's going to be 10 years time?
Positivity attracts positivity.
It is literally, I'm such a hippie now. like so all the woo-woo shit, man, I'm all in, man. It's definitely a thing. Like, yeah, it's just the law of attraction, man. It's crazy.
It is it's so, I don't, how do I put this into words? This is what I was talking about. So many thoughts come out at once. It's like, it's undeniable that positivity attracts positivity.
Yeah.
You start to invest in yourself, and you start to do things for you and for your family, and make better choices and prioritize the things that need to be prioritized. And it's almost like, it's weird. Everything else just seems to fall into line.
Dude.
Big problems don't seem to be big problems anymore. They're little problems, and you just little speed bumps, and you just keep moving. Yeah. You know, and you learn so much about yourself throughout that period. I mean, there was one time where I went camping by myself.
Oh, dude, that's deep.
And I watched the grand final down in Narooma at this campsite, and all these people were coming over to me and be like, hey, do you want to come and watch it with us? And like, I don't know why. I look back now, I'm like, I just needed to be by myself and just sort shit out in my brain. You know what I mean? And yeah, possibly the same sort of situation you had, like where you just finally sat with all your thoughts.
Yeah. Like I lean into that so much more now. Like I gone full psycho mode with it. Like I don't listen to, like when I'm driving, like I'll drive to Narooma after this, no radio, and just sit, just sit. And I think that's been the beautiful thing. Like when I was running away from myself and everything, and, you know, self-medicating, like just drowning everything out, to now sitting with whatever comes up is so fucking powerful, man. Like it's yeah, it's just insane. I don't really have words. It's
Do you look around at other people and that you see, I guess, the struggles that you were going through and think, oh, that's where they are. They're still dealing with it, or they're at this point.
I see it everywhere. That's why I really wanted to come on here and talk about and just say, you know, like you can do it, man. You just get, and only you can do it. And there is people out there, and I'll put my hand up right now, like reach out. Like if I can help anyone, even if it's just a conversation, please reach out to me. Like I'm always here for people willing to do the work. Any tips, anything I can give anyone to even plant a seed to take control of their life, man. Like, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Do you think you need to completely drop alcohol to make that change?
I believe so. Well, at least for me, like
alcohol leads to drugs.
Yeah,
those things go hand in hand. As soon as you start drinking, it's you're looking for that next thing.
Yeah.
So I think you are
progression. Yeah. It's so inbuilt into the Australian culture, especially the trades, man. It's pretty fucked. It's pretty fucked. It's funny how now I've actually built a crew. Like my crew at work, actually most of them hardly drink, and I don't know whether I've chosen them because of that unconsciously or something like that. So I think even we got a young fella, Ryan, he's like 18, 19 now. I think it's slowly changing. I think like there is a lot less young people just being full party lords, and that's what I've noticed anyway, which is good. But
there is a shift, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of a shift, and I hope.
I spoke with Jake Plunkett about this, and there seems to be these younger guys coming through. We've got two that work on the landscaping side.
Yeah,
don't drink.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is cool. But changing that culture, I think, is hard. Like I'm looking at planning our Christmas parties now, and I'm sort of like I've got that bit of dread about it, like because I don't want it to be like a massive piss up like it has every other year beforehand, and I'm sort of like, what do we do otherwise? Yeah. And I think that's the part a lot of people get stuck with. Like, well, what do you do otherwise?
Yeah, it's all we know. It's all.
That's exactly
I'm still
right.
trying to figure it out. I'm like, what do we do?
Mm.
And we've literally been talking about this one. The last one, our last Christmas party fucking sucked. It sucked.
Yeah.
And I was like, we went to lunch, and it was like, we went to lunch at a pub, and then we tried not to drink. I'm like, this doesn't, I'm still figuring
it doesn't
out.
work.
No, still trying to figure out what that looks like.
And that's I guess the part that we're all trying to work through is like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Like, in the Christmas parties in the past, we've done paintballing, we've done all these things, but then there's that after function where everyone sort of hangs out and does whatever. And I don't know. And I think that's why construction, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of people in construction masking their problems or using
100%.
Using alcohol as an escape mechanism to go far out. I don't have to worry about all of that. I'll have a couple of beers and just shoot the shit. But that I think that's the scary part for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, so what do we do there? I think is the question. We got to find other shit that
Yeah, we're still trying to figure it out, to be honest. Like we're talking about possibly going camping and trying to do stuff. We're still trying to figure out what that looks like. But that's got to be a healthier way.
That's the challenge though.
Yeah.
I think that is the challenge. And I think in life we need challenge.
Yeah, for sure. You don't grow unless you challenge yourself. Like the old cliche, like get comfy with being uncomfy. That's so important. I guess that is a good place to practice it, like trying to hang out with each other without, getting on the piss and
everything else that it leads to.
Yeah, exactly.
I sort of mentioned this in the podcast with Darren. Like for me, like I look back a lot of times and all the negative shit I've done or it all relates to alcohol.
Yeah.
And it's like, like it brings out the absolute, drugs and alcohol, it enhances the best parts about you, but but all the worst parts as well, Yeah. And that's that for me is like, and And I don't have the self-control to be after 6 beers to be like, I've had enough, that's it. Going.
Dude, I'm after one.
Yeah.
But that's why I'll never go back, man. I can't ever, especially.
We see what life's like on the other side. You know what,
Dude,
you know what the
never
difference
going
is.
back ever.
Has there been points though where you've been like, fuck this?
100%. That'd be a part of me forever. I feel like I've just got to remind myself, and that's a ongoing, forever thing that I'm going to have to deal with. Like, especially in the warmer months, or if something goes wrong, like it's like still a default thought to be like, oh fuck this, going to get a fucking bag and a 6-pack or something.
Yeah, rip in
or 3 boxes or whatever.
Yeah. What do you do in those moments?
I've just got to, I'll probably say this shit out loud and look like a fucking psychopath walking around, but you just got to talk to it. Like, you know, you've really got to be like, what's tomorrow look like? And then usually I try to think about that. What's tomorrow look like if I do that? And
that's important.
I've gotten down to about 30 seconds of going, nah, fuck that. And while speaking like that, I guess that's the same mindset of when some really good advice I got told by someone that was watching another podcast. Actually, my brother-in-law said that he watched the podcast of, can't remember who it was, but he was an ex-addict, and something that helped him, I guess, get through it all which is a great way to think about, it did help me. So I guess talking to the addiction, saying like, we'll get back on it. We'll always get back on it tomorrow. Like it's tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. Like and talking to the addiction like it's a person, and saying, dude, let's just get through today. We'll reconnect tomorrow, but tomorrow is always tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, you know? So I guess the same sort of mindset to when it comes up, but like reversed, going, what does tomorrow look like if I do that? That's probably the best advice or best little one-liner I got, because it literally helped. Like when it came up, especially it'd come up every couple hours, if not every hour at the start there. And it's like, you literally talk to it like it's a part of you, like an entity. And it's like, dude, we'll catch up on it tomorrow. Like don't worry. We're not going too far. We'll get on it tomorrow. And it's crazy how much that helped. It's wild. You just play mind tricks to get you through the day.
I think that time aspect is important too. You see people that say, I'm going to go off the piss for 3 months or 6 months or 12 months. Like I think you're setting yourself up for failure if you put a time limit on it.
Yeah.
I think you got to make a conscious effort to go, I want my life to get better, and I'm not going to entertain the thought of drinking or getting back on it until my life has got better.
Yeah.
And then, and by the time your life does get better, you actually go, fuck, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Like,
dude.
And then again, that thought comes into your head. Well, what does tomorrow look like if I make this decision here?
Yeah. That's usually, it doesn't go much more than that now. Like it'll come up and then I'll hear a song or the sun's out. Like it gets harder when, coming into spring and summer and stuff like that. But again, you just say, dude, what's tomorrow look like?
I bet you plan your weekends out now too.
I wouldn't say plan them, but I just know what I'm doing as far as like it's just family, man. It's literally making up time with the kids. Like I feel like I stopped just in time where I can still really get some genuinely ears with the kids, and that's all the plan is wake up, be with them every second I'm not at work, make up for a lot of lost time, and that's basically it. That's my plan.
Yeah. I've seen updates you've done where you've taken the kids into the shop and they're helping you.
Yeah.
You're teaching them stuff in there.
Yeah. Look, our kids my wife, Kayla, actually homeschools our kids. So
she gets heaps of time with them.
Yeah. That's new. I guess it's crazy how different our lives are from just me going sober. So like, we're all a bunch of hippies now. and you know, homeschooling and stuff 2.5 years ago wouldn't have even crossed our minds. It's funny how I went sober, got through my shit, and then my family directly saw my transformation, and then my wife going sober just as a byproduct of that. Being in different communities of people and different views and starting to see the world through a different lens to now homeschooling, and that's just fucking like what's next.
There's been a huge change,
dude.
there.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Have you had other people that have gone, I guess, given up alcohol because of you as well?
I've had quite a few just from being open, and man, it warms my fucking soul up, dude. Like it's, yeah, I've always been pretty open with it. Not at the start, I couldn't talk about it. You know, I'm getting to the point now I can share my story. And
because you know it's going to help someone else, right?
100%. That's why I'm here. Like that's, you know, I'm squirming in my seat now. These hard to talk about, but yeah, I hope it's worth it, man. I hope one person, even if it's just plants a seed with one person, man, I'll be forever grateful.
It's. I think people need that one thing to help them along that way.
Yeah,
and I think if they can see someone that they look up to, make a change that you have, and I do want to say this to you, like, we said it briefly before we kicked off, but I don't know what it is about you, Luke. Like you're just this sort of quiet guy, but whenever you speak, people listen and people take notice of what you're doing. And I think that it's really important you've come in and to share your story, because I know a lot of people do look up to you.
No, I appreciate it, man.
And I think that someone will take this message on, and they'll make a change, and you'll shift someone else's life.
Man, I hope so, man. But it all starts with you, and man, if this is the video that does it, let me know. Like, I'm always here for anyone night and day that wants to do the work too. So yeah, please reach out.
Who was that person for you? Was there anyone in particular that you reached out to?
I didn't. I literally cut the world off. It was crazy. I just sort of knew what I had to do. And yeah, funny enough, and not really. I just knew what I had to do and did it. And
it was a daily battle, right?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, there was no, like I said, there was just that moment where tomorrow my family is either going to go or they're not. And that was it, full stop, line in the sand. That was my moment. And yeah, hopefully someone watching this gets that moment, but sometimes you just need something to really fucking happen. And yeah, you've just got to be willing to listen to it and move on.
How do you think your outlook on life has changed? Like, if you were to put your mind back to the dark days, we'll call it, and then to now, like, what do you think the difference is there in the way you look at the future?
Dude, everything you ever wanted is literally here and just waiting for you. But back then, didn't even think about anything but getting on it. Like, that was literally, like, I'd wake up, dusty as, that's when I started the cold showers and shit. And it was only to kick my ass out of going to bed 2 hours ago. But where am I going with this?
How's your outlook on the future different now? What do you look forward to?
I guess outlook, man, it's just so much bigger than you could ever imagine. Like, never had any goals before. Goal was just to fucking get on it and like rip in. There was no other train of thought like at the end there. Now it's like I'm just thinking like, man, where's my next workshop going to be? Where I'm going to be living in a couple of years? Like what? Like we're buying a caravan next week. Like I would have snorted that thing before. We never had money, and now I'm buying a caravan next week. Like it's insane. And yeah, like we're looking to travel around Australia next year in a caravan. That would no fucking way that shit would have happened before. Like I literally snorted and drank all my money. And yeah, the world is a positive place now. And I just want to go out there and grab it all. It's amazing, man. Just going from like this depressed, dark hole to like dancing on the sun. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's the only way I can explain it.
You're looking forward to the future and you're putting things in place.
Yeah, putting stuff in place and just thinking big. Like I was thinking so small.
You have a plan now,
yeah. Yeah.
Beyond the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so cool.
It's been very soul fulfilling, man. It's a good journey, man. You just got to start it, get in and get dirty, and man, it's better on the other side.
We spoke about construction and the culture in construction, and like looking at it, it's broader society as well. Like, what do you think needs to change there? What do you think? Like, how do we shift more people to? I guess drinking every weekend is not the solution.
Yeah, I think just conversations like this, man. Like, and just not being afraid to ask people or confront people that maybe, indulging a little bit too much. I think people pussyfoot around and worried about their reaction of bringing something up like that. That could be the most pivotal point of that person's life. Like if you bring it up, sort of who cares if they get angry, like they might get angry and you just sit with them and it might level out and then they go, you know what, I need help, and you can help someone make that decision, I think it needs to be talked about a hell of a lot more and needs to be a big lens put on that part of the construction industry and, more people to say it's not the healthiest thing to be doing. There's a better life out there. Yeah, I think it's simple as that.
Yeah. I guess showing people what you do if you're not on it every weekend too.
Yeah. And
there's just that pub culture in Australia.
Yeah.
And like going back to when we were younger, it was always the Olympic sport, who could drink the most, who could stay up the light,
Yeah.
And I think that as we mature, we're like, fuck, that's not the go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, like I said, I feel like there is a slight shift, like the younger people, at least that I know in construction, like it used to be everyone was all in construction when we were first starting. I don't
Definitely.
know.
That's where we first met.
Yeah,
at my house. At my house next to the fire at the kick-ons. Yeah. He looked back. Like I look at that, I'm like, that chapter's closed for me. Like,
man.
I enjoyed myself. I made some terrible decisions, but
And don't get me wrong, too. Like a bit counterintuitive what I've been talking about. Like, I had fun, did all that stuff, but I guess you can have fun and without it, man. Like you really can. And I guess that's the important thing to remember. You don't need it. And it's like one thing, like if I could go back and tell myself something, I'd just stop and smell the roses, man. Like just slow down a bit. Like I lived so fast all the time. It was all noise from like 15 to 2 years ago, like 34. And man, it goes fast, man. You don't know, like it doesn't have to go that fast. Like it was a complete fucking blur. Like I don't remember half the shit I did in that 20-year period. If I could go back, just be like, man, stop and smell the roses. Cliche as it sounds, man. I'd tell myself, slow down, man. Slow down.
Yeah. I have the same feelings, really.
Yeah.
It seems to be the next thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a character trait that most business owners have. Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like we're always trying to find that thing, and we always go to the nth degree with everything, and we always just hammer it so hard. And recognizing, going through that self-discovery and recognizing your character traits and your strengths and your weaknesses. And I think having a bit of an introspective look and going, what do I need to do to fulfill myself? Or what are the things that I really like doing? Because a lot of the times you're on the piss or catching up with people, it's always for other people.
Yeah.
You know?
So true.
You know, like you're going to the pub for someone's birthday or you're going to the pub because it's this or it's that. You know, it's like when you really look back at it, like, I had fun, it was great, and you're there for someone else and you're talking with someone else. But like, what about you? You know? And like,
I feel like all that stuff is you're putting on a show for everyone else. Like it literally is for everyone else. Hey, and what you think they think of you and all this stuff you're showing up to show off. And yeah, man, like you said it. You said it. Like, what about you? Like,
but it's the journey of life. But I'm like thinking about it now. Like, that's just living.
Yeah,
you know, we have to make these stupid mistakes and put ourselves into these shit situations, I guess, to work out, fuck, that's really not for me.
Yeah.
And I would say to someone, if they're listening to this or, you know, it's right in the depths of it and they don't think they've got a problem or whatever, it's like there's other shit out there and maybe you're still on your journey with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't be too hard on yourself, I think would be the other thing that I've learned, you know?
That's very important to touch on, I reckon, too. Like, I don't look back and say like, oh, you wasted it all and you did all this stuff. I think just having peace of that's where you were at the time and now I'm here. And I wouldn't be here without any of that too.
We have to put a positive spin on it. Otherwise you destroy yourself.
Exactly. Like if you go back and you'll find regret if you look for it. But again, if you just go back with a positively, like, man, met a lot of good people, seen a lot of cool places, did a lot of cool shit. Like, man, could have filmed a fucking movie in my life. But, you know, that in some ways I'm glad it all happened. You know what I mean? Like it's every single moment's shaped who you are. And I can sit in my own skin now. I'm proud. And it's because I went that dark and deep and just fucking down and out. It's actually a good thing to go that low than to be where I am now. And even if that's what gets you through, a really, really cool thing I saw, it stuck with me. I saw it when I was first going sober and was really down and out, was, I don't know what talk show I was on. It was Jackie Chan. He was on a talk show and he said sort of like my mantra now, and I can't remember what they were talking about, but basically he was saying whenever he's down and out or struggling or going through a hard time is just remember that you're living someone else's dream right now. And that one-liner has sat with me every time I'm down and out. When I was really struggling, going sober and stuff at the start and stuff, I'd just remind myself, like I'm literally living someone else's dream right now, whether it's someone that can't have access to help and they're addicted on the street or whatever. Like there's always someone or something
worse off than
worse off. And, you know, you always hear that stuff, cliche stuff, but the one-liner I still use this day. That's epic. That was an epic thing that still gets me through to this day.
If you really think about it, it couldn't be truer.
Yeah.
You know, and there is always, because you're always looking up to someone, but, you know, I think social media portrays everyone in this perfect light, you know. Yeah. You never really get to see what's behind the camera. You never get to see the struggles that people are dealing with if they don't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
And until it's on the news or something catastrophic's happened generally.
Yeah.
But taking stock of where you're at personally and understanding that we live in a good country.
Yeah.
Things aren't that bad.
It's pretty good.
And you can make your own decisions and you can make your life better if you choose to.
That's it. And that's the key words you there. Like you've got to choose. 100%.
It all starts with yourself.
Yeah.
I think you need to go on a personal journey by yourself to discover what you do like, what you don't like.
Yeah.
Why you're doing certain things, and then work out what's important to you and then build everything around that.
Yeah, man.
And
nail on the head.
Yeah, like try different things, you know.
Yeah.
I think if you don't know what you like, well, then you just haven't tried enough things.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you getting into now? You mentioned camping.
Yeah, dude, buying a caravan next week. I was never into that shit. I was just always into, I don't know, partying. But getting into a bit of travel. That's all I want to do, man. Like, sort of, I guess one good thing that lifestyle did teach me is that, I feel like I missed a lot of important stuff with the kids and realized how quick shit does move. So now I'm like, shit, okay, we've got the kids are kids once. And yeah, I've just been grinding and busting my ass to make sure I can have, the best possible life with them while they are still kids before they're like, fuck off, dad, I don't want to be with you anymore. So yeah, we're getting into a bit of travel next year. What else are we doing? Definitely the plan is to move up to Tweed Heads actually. And yeah, have Hardwood Projects popping off down here still, and want to open up a little shed up there.
That's big, dude.
Yeah. So like just this is the sort of stuff that goes through your head now. And, have a shop in Tweed Heads as well as here. There's already wheels in motion with that, which is exciting. And yeah, that's basically it. Travel and move to Tweed Heads and just be a hippie on the road. Probably work. Definitely want to travel Australia and like sort of work a few places as well, which would be sick. Yeah, whatever pops into my head, I'm just leaning into now. Just go, fucking,
why not?
Let's try it.
Yeah, well, I think your horizons have extended.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
I'm excited for you, to be honest. I'm really excited for you. Well, I got a random question. Why do people call you Fitty? Where did that come
long
from?
story
Is
short.
that a bike? Is that a bike?
It's a bike company. Like, so Fit Bike is an American bike company.
Yeah.
Long story short, I always rode those bikes, and this is prior to getting sponsored by them and stuff. Now I'm all hippie and woo-woo and talking about manifestation and stuff. I didn't realize how good I was at it at a younger age even, now looking back. So I always rode like fit, like wore everything to do with that company. It was my favorite company. There used to be group of us. There was 2 Lukes. I rode a Fit. It was Fit Luke. And then it went to Fitty, and then I ended up getting sponsored by Fit, and then it stuck. It just stuck. That's it. Yeah, it's not too really. People ask me all the time. Like,
I feel like I'm the only one that calls you Luke. Like,
yeah, it is weird.
I talk to other people. I'm like, oh yeah, Fitty. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, Luke. And they're like, Fitty. I'm like, yeah.
You and my mum are the only people. It's not that cool a story. It's just, that's how it stuck.
Everyone, it's such a unique name though. Like,
it's got nothing to do with my name.
No, that's why I was like,
I'm like, oh, just BMX row. You
can just send them to the podcast now. Yeah. Hey, I talk about it on there. That's cool. So that manifestation, I think, has played a big part then.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I started off that way and obviously sort of lost that with like, you go down the vortex of drugs and alcohol and not really manifesting jack shit. But yeah, it's wild. Been on the other side now, like everything I think about in a positive ways happening. It's fucking wild, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like everything's there for the taking, man. You just got to wake up and tune in and lean in.
For someone that's on the fence about it, then like, I probably asked this already, but like, what do you tell them? Look at me.
Yeah, dude. And there's so many people I'm not special. I'm not the only one that's done it, man. There's so much evidence out there to back that it's the right decision to do, man. Like, and have a look at the evidence stacking up on like who's ever pulled off being a drug addict. Well, like you know what I mean? True. It's like, and all the wheels fucking fall off eventually, man.
Yeah.
Like 100%, where, you're only bolting on more wheels when you go sober. Like every corner, you're like, there's an overwhelming evidence that it's better in every single way. Like that argument cannot be won the other way.
It's always surprising too when you look at all the celebrities, I guess, that don't drink.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he doesn't drink. He literally owns an alcohol company.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. 50 Cent.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah. He owns an alcohol company because they make money.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it can't be understated about how different your life is.
Yeah.
I also think that there are those people that can just drink and do that shit and function in society. But I think they're very few and far between, and that's probably not you if you're thinking, maybe I just can manage it.
Yeah.
If you're drinking consistently throughout the week and on the weekends heavily, like you need to realize that you probably have a problem.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
If you can't put it down for a month or 2 months without thinking about it every fucking day, then you definitely have a problem.
100%. And man, I reckon that'd be most people, at least in construction anyway.
Some people just rely on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's something in my brain that's like, I don't ever want to be controlled by anything. Like whether it be the government, whether it be whatever it is. And like for me, it's like, I don't want anything to have that power over me. I don't know why that is, but like, even like I was talking before, like I don't drink coffee 12 months of the year because I'm like, I don't want to be that person that's like, I need a coffee to get out of bed.
Yeah.
I do not want to be that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm heavily addicted to nicotine with the pouches, but I think like other than that, like I can pretty much give up anything I need to do whatever I want to do.
That's powerful.
Yeah. The nicotine's the only one I haven't.
Still going.
I just like the way that it makes my brain function,
Right.
But yeah, I go 110% into everything like you.
Yeah, dude.
But knowing that I think is important as well. Like actually having to think about like what are my character traits? Like what do I do? Am I loyal? Am I,
Yeah, and that's one good thing that I did learn about like addiction and where I was at. It's knowing that all noise into whatever I focus on, and that whether I learned that through partying and drugs and alcohol and whatnot, but now just switching that
into the right shit.
Yeah, into the right shit. Exactly right. And man, it pays off. There's some, like I said, what I've done in the last 2 years would take me 50 when I like,
because you're just at such a disadvantage. You're not yourself all the time. Like you're always working at a percentage of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm at 40% today. I'm at 20. I'm at fucking, you're never at 100 because you've just got that thing holding you back.
Never.
The other character trait I would say about you, Luke, is that you have this thirst for knowledge. You want to be learning new stuff all the time. And like you want to take on these challenges. Like, why do you think that is?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Like looking at your history, right? You started in BMX, you've gone to this, you've gone to this, you've gone to this. You just seem to have this thing where it's like, I need to be learning all this stuff all the time. And I think it's really good. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, like why do you reckon that is?
Never been asked that before. I don't know how to answer that, eh?
Does it put you in like a frame of mind? Like you, like when you're learning new things, like do you like want to push the envelope of that? Like does it just keep you ticking over and keep you getting up? And
I think it just keeps me interested. Like I get bored really easy. And this has been the longest stint I've done in anything with carpentry and like Hardwood Projects, like coming in like 8.5 years now. And doesn't matter how much you love it. Like, you go through phases where you might get a bit bored and stuff. At the start, I was getting bored, and I was finding out that was when I'd be staying small. And every time I stayed small, I just get bored. So I guess
I think that business is an evolving beast, and you're learning all the way along it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like business is the perfect thing for you because you're just learning the different aspects, whether it be team management, whether it be financial management, whether it be advertising, whether, it's just.
Now thinking about it, that's right. I guess that's why I've stuck with it, because it's a forever evolving challenge, and yeah, it is fun, man. Like at first, I just started to, just to be choosy with my own stuff, and now I'm starting to get to the next few levels of management, financial stuff, building a team, and now, talking about opening a second shop up north and stuff like that. You don't really get that,
anywhere else.
No, it's like
And working with your hands each day in a craft that you fucking love.
Yeah. Dude, I'll die for chiseling my hand, dude.
I hope that's a long, long, long way away, dude.
I hope so.
And one other thing I wanted to ask you, which is charging for quotes.
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. So
there's a huge response on socials.
Yeah,
about that.
massive. So basically I was thinking I was busy and quoting my fucking ring off every day. And, we're doing 10 quotes a week there, and might get one. And you start, I guess I was just on the hamster wheel. That's when I was drinking and all that shit again. And you don't really thinking about, I'm just quoting and losing stuff. I think going sober and talking about and thinking about stuff differently, and then time becomes really precious again. I'm like, dude, why am I wasting my time with this shit? And at first that was the train of thought. And then I just started asking people, what do you guys do? Whatever. And we came up with the pre-qualification form first, and super simple. It just asks, questions, it's got a bit to upload, photos, sketches, it just asks a few questions, and more importantly, budgets to pick from. And I send that to anyone that reaches out, and I've had maybe one or two bad responses, but which is nothing. I've sent out hundreds of these forms, and usually it's gone from, we're pretty much winning every single job we quote now because of that conversation. People will come through and they either don't have the budget, and we educate them on why they don't and if it can come up. And then if they go, no, sorry, we just can't come up to that, it's an overwhelming response of, wow, thank you for letting me know what that costs. It's not like, oh, you're a fucking ripoff or whatever. It's actually, it's all positive in every way, even if you're telling people that they can't afford it, instead of you wasting their time, your time, and just sending them something, then getting ghosted. No one's got time for that shit. So that form has changed a hell of a lot for us. We're going to each measure up that we charge for now. Everyone knows what they're in for. I've told them that they're in budget, and it's just a friendly transaction, and we quote less, but we win everything now.
So you're picking up that time.
Yeah, exactly. And just charging for a lot of things that a lot of people don't. And I used to not charge for, even if we're drawing something up, we charge for it. And it's only fair. You don't go the dentist and expect to walk out of there for nothing and stuff. And it's not about,
you go for a checkup and they still charge you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's not about why. The main reason that we started charging for measure ups was mainly to see if people were serious. it doesn't actually even cover our time, like $165. Most of the time there's two of us that go there and measure it up. Like
it's a nominal fee.
Yeah. It's just more to see if people are serious. And then it usually, that conversation usually brings out, I'm not usually a common answer. Say common, but an answer can be, the other three didn't charge me that. And you find out straight away, like I'm not in a race to the bottom. I guess we're pretty specialized in what we do, but I think it could work for anyone. Like it doesn't have to, you don't have to be a niche.
I've been thinking long and hard about it.
Yeah.
And there's that scary part. All the work will dry up, but the people that really want to work with you will work with you.
Exactly. And it's funny. Like, look, don't get me wrong. Like I said, we are quoting less, but every quote I'm confident because they know what the budget is, and it's fucking way less stressful. Like I can sit down and do the quote. I know we've actually got the job because we just formalize it every time with like those forms and stuff in place.
You got the opportunity, I guess, to put more time and effort into it and making sure it's, because you don't have 15 other quotes. It's 6,
exactly.
For example.
Exactly. And it did feel like it dropped off. I freaked out at the start because again, I went from doing 10 to like 2 a week. I was like, shit, it's drying up. And it's like, then you got to change the psychology behind that. It's going, no, I'm actually, because it basically for us anyway, it's each quote is like 4 hours. So it's like half an hour driving there, hour with the client, half an hour back, then 2 hours to do a decent quote for us anyway. Like, because we don't really have templates and stuff that we can just click and, it all adds up because every job we do is so different.
Well, I was going to say, everything you do is so unique. So you can't just have an off the shelf bang.
It's not. And even after 8 years, there's starting to be a few products we could probably do that with. And we're looking into, sort of like the next stage of business is, getting into all that sort of software and stuff, which is in the works. But back to, charging for measure ups and quotes and stuff. We've actually gained a lot more work out of it because people are like, wow, these guys value their time. And then they start valuing, like they put more value into you straight away. And it doesn't happen straight away, but man, such a big shift. Like I said, we're pretty much winning every single quote we send out now, which is awesome.
That is awesome. And I look at it from this perspective of the people that do want to work with you, right? Being able to put more time and effort and energy into them, they're going to get a better service. They're going to feel more looked after. And these tire kickers that are like, how much is that? How much is this? How much is that? Just literally, I guess, annoying you and, hey, I'll get you out. We get a few people that, they're never going to go ahead with the quote. Yeah. But I'd prefer to just be honest. Like, hey, if you want me to check over the quotes you've got and then give you some feedback, I can do that. Like, I don't really care. For me, I just want to be transparent, open and honest. And the people that want to work with me and my company, like I want to put every bit of time and energy I can into them. Yeah. I want to give them the best product, the best service.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's where that form, like it's brutally honest. And, people pick the budget and then sometimes people are just not even close. But I guess I put a lot of time into those replies too because I've saved 4 hours, if that makes sense. So I don't just go, no budget there, fuck off, mate. Like it's like, look, this typically costs this, blah, blah, blah. And just, it's one email, takes me 5 minutes and I give them an in-depth, reply and educate them as opposed to wasting 4 hours of my time. And I've actually won jobs from those conversations as well because not from that client has said no, but they've said, oh, these guys are like really honest and like they educate you from the get-go. And it's like, oh, look, my friend came to you for her job and I talked to her about wanting this done, X, Y, and Z. And they said, we couldn't afford this company, but this is how they treated us from the get-go. And we've gotten jobs, come around full circle
because
from
of
those as well. So it's like, I've only had 2 absolute fuckwits, which is why I did that big post. Yeah. But yeah, I've sent out that form, I think 180 times now and then had 2 people.
Small number.
Cock. Yeah. So, yeah.
they're probably not the people you want to work with
Exactly.
anyway.
Then you find that out real quick.
Yeah.
And just say, no, man, it's all good.
I think I really wanted to make mention of this because I feel like people need to understand the other side of business, the other side of business, the other side of what we're trying to achieve, and, explain that, no, we're not just trying to cop $200 off you or $180 off you. It's because we want to put a time and effort into you.
Yeah.
And also because, there is this culture in trades, and especially like carpentry, and I guess on that resi sector, is that you just do all this stuff for free for everyone.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Whoever fucking invented that needs a slap in the fucking head, dude.
Like I'm probably spending 40 hours a week across, well, maybe more across all the businesses on quotes that we're going out and doing. Like in our peak period now, we're doing like 30 quotes for one company and 15 for the other. And
stacks up, man.
It stacks up massively. And I look at that and I'm like, we're putting so much time and effort into that, which we need to do. I get that. But like, how do we just whittle that down to the people that actually want to go?
That's my advice. Like that form, I'm happy to share with you. I've sent
to
you. It's really good.
We've got a qualification sort of email that we send out, and just, I guess, to educate people as well about money, because most people don't know that, a length of decking can cost $150 one length. Yeah. Or $200, depending on what one you go with.
Yeah.
And it is a bit of a shock for people to get a quote that they weren't expecting.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you put everything together, it's a shock to you too when you go, this is what it takes.
We have that not all the time, but again, I guess it comes down to the educational piece, not just for me. This is how we operate. Like, I will explain that in an email of why, and like potentially where we could bring it down without compromising quality. It's like, half the size of it. But
we could say not.
It builds heaps of trust too. And that's key. Like, no one's going to give you money if they don't trust you. So again, like I said, we've educated people with budgets, and half the time they're like, oh, okay, that makes heaps of sense. Just briefly explaining all the points it takes to build that product for them. They're like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't realize you had to machine all the timber and hand pick it and do all that stuff. That makes sense. And building trust and educating people has been a game changer for us winning jobs. That's for sure.
And you said you brought that in approximately 2 years ago, and this was the clarity.
All of the.
This is the clarity of thought, right?
Yeah, it was about probably not 2 years ago, but it was all due to going sober. All these things, I was like getting heaps of time back, not fucking dusty on the weekends or ever, and instead of going to bed at 2 and up at fucking 6, I'm now getting up at 4 and just doing all this stuff. It's crazy.
And a massive shift in your business, right?
Oh man, a complete 180 and some. Like I said, what we've done in 2 years didn't even come close to it in the 6 years prior. Insane. Like,
yeah, proud of you, mate.
Yeah,
that's good.
Appreciate it, bro.
That's fantastic. It shows. Yeah. It shows.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You look happy. Like, you have the aura around you that's happy.
Feeling good.
Hey, we've been going for a while. Let's jump into the quick fire round, right?
Yeah.
The quick fire round is never quick fire. So say whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
Don't think there's a time limit on it. Mate, what's one tool that you can't live without?
String line.
String line?
Yeah. Fucking love them, dude. I say every time I get it, so simple, but just.
The Japanese? You got a Japanese one?
Just any string line.
Any string line.
Any string line. Love it. Every time I say it, I'm like, fuck, I love string lines. They built the pyramids with string lines.
They probably did.
I reckon.
Mate, what's the biggest myth about timber or craftsmanship you want to bust?
Shit. That timber's good to use anywhere, because it's not. I'm timber biased, but there's definitely times and places where you shouldn't use it. Architects do it all the fucking time, man. Put it in stupid places where you can't oil it or
care for it.
Yeah, care for it. So probably shoot myself in the foot there, but I'm just being honest.
Be a bit more selective, yeah.
Yeah.
Where you put in your timber.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Like I see people build timber decks right around pools, and I'm like, that's just going to, no covering. I'm like, that is a maintenance nightmare.
Yeah, dude. We ramble on again, but we're doing a job out at Yuriara, and they're it's a big skillion facing north. It literally is like a sun catcher, and it's all timber. He's gone to shit. And, you know, that was sold to him by the architect. Like, yeah, it's great. It's going to look awesome. Like, maybe look awesome for that architect's Instagram for a month, and then, it's fucked. Anyway.
Material selection is important.
Yeah.
If you could change one thing in the construction industry tomorrow, what would it be?
Just the culture. If I could change it, and just culture, just straight up culture. I could have another whole podcast talking about that, but yeah.
And that culture starts with just understanding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Checking in.
I love that huddle you do at the start of the day.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
That's changed everything for us too. Checking in and culture for sure.
What is the best advice you've ever received?
Jackie Chan again.
Jackie Chan,
not directly, but yeah, you're just remember you're living someone else's dream right now. That is a powerful one-liner.
Definitely. This is a big one. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Sort of touched on it before. It was just, man, slow down and smell the roses. That's it. Don't rush through being a teenager and being useful, and look after your body.
Look after you.
Because you'll fucking need it.
We're all guilty of looking ahead too much. We
Yeah.
just get to here, we'll be happy. If we just get to there, we'll be happy.
Yeah. Slow down.
Practice more gratitude.
Yeah.
What's something outside of work that keeps you grounded?
Just family, man. Like the kids, that's it. That's number one priority, and keeps my head screwed on. That's literally as simple as that.
Yeah, they see through all the bullshit usually.
Yeah,
too.
man, they're pretty honest. Pretty honest.
There's nothing better. There's no better feeling than, I guess, waking up in the morning and they,
Dude,
going out to your kids,
getting your head stomped on, and
that was me this morning.
Sneeze in
Actually,
your face. Yeah, like, this is
hi,
best.
Daddy.
This is the best.
Who's someone in or around construction that deserves a shout out or should come on the podcast?
You. I've been waiting for this question. I reckon you, brother. This is a good thing you're building, and I reckon we should interview you.
Thanks, mate.
I don't know who's going to do it, man. I'll do it. Yeah, dude. I reckon you deserve a shout out, man. This is a good thing you're doing, and this helps build a better culture in the construction industry for sure. So I saw this question. Just came to you, brother.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Yeah, not even pissing in your pocket is a good thing, man. So
appreciate that.
Keen to see what you do with it.
We're all just trying our best, aren't we? I never had the idea of starting a podcast, and I felt like, I wanted to fill a gap essentially. And if I can talk a bit and people want to listen to the people I talk to, then sweet, And look, the podcast wouldn't be what it is without the people around coming in like yourself and everyone else. And
But it'd be cool to flip it on its head and
it would be.
I want to hear your story.
What's your final thoughts? If every builder, apprentice and homeowner in the country was listening, what would you want to hear? What would they want to hear from you? I fucked that up so bad. I guess what I'm getting at is, what are your final thoughts? What have we learned here today, and what do you want to leave us with?
Oh, fuck, it's heavy. Brain's gone. I'm doing that thing too.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, what do I say? Do your research with your quotes. Don't go the cheapest shit. Do research. Check reviews. Study the people you want, to spend your money with. Time and time again, like we're getting called to so many jobs to either fix them, and like there's so many horror stories out there. So anyone listening, either wait for a better budget to get stuff done properly, or trust your gut. Don't go with the first person that walks in the door. Trust your gut. If there's anything that feels off, just maybe go to the next dude.
That's some good advice.
Yeah, that's all I got. Boom.
If you're looking to connect with Luke at Hardwood Projects, where can people get in touch with you?
We're pretty active on Instagram, so Hardwood Projects. Pretty responsive through that and the website, so hardwoodprojects.com.au. And yeah, reach out through there. There's a connect to us on the website, and yeah, again, we're super responsive. So
yeah,
it's the best place.
Reach out, get in touch. If you need to see some of the Luke's work, jump onto Hardwood Projects and have a look through the amazing stuff that he's done. Now, mate, to finish us off, can you give me that quote that got you through those dark days you were talking about? What's that quote?
So it is, you basically just remember you are living someone else's dream right now. It's stuck with me, man. Like I said, it's when you're down and out, just remember that. Write it down somewhere. And yeah, it's always so true. It's got me through a hell of a lot.
Perfect. Thanks so much for coming in, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.